You know Dasher, and Dancer, and Prancer, and Vixen, Comet, and Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all?
Okay, so we're just about in December, and the river's still open, so it's not often we get to tie this fly and fish it. And this is a very special Christmas fly. This is the Rudolph Christmas fly. So first thing you want to do, start your thread, lay down a layer of thread, and you want to make sure you have this big, huge, long, ridiculous, extra long piece, because well, that's what everybody in the videos does, so we're going to have way too much thread. And we'll lay down a base layer of thread. Yeah, same reason. They always do this in the videos, so we want to have lots of thread. Thread's good. And today we're using a uni thread in dark brown, because we're going to have a brown body, and it's very important that your thread matches the body color. Those fish are pretty clever, and if you don't match the body color, otherwise what happens, is those fish, they'll just be ready to bite your hook, and they'll notice it. They'll be like, hey, wait a second, this doesn't look natural. That's like a brown thing, and it's got red or tan. It's got tan thread underneath the body. No, we want to match the body color. Okay, so Rudolph fly, Rudolph the reindeer. So obviously tail, we're going to use some nice bucktail. Not that Rudolph is actually a deer, but on all the TV shows with Rudolph in it, what color is his little tail? He's got a fuzzy white little tail. So we are going to give Rudolph a fuzzy white little tail. Don't bother stacking it. Length, I don't know. Let's make it, well, deer have short little tails, but this is a fishing fly. We want it to catch fish, so it's got to have some long wiggle in it. We'll put it way the heck back there. Wrap that on. Okay, and then we're going to put, if you ever watch those cartoons with Rudolph in them, sure you have, everybody watched those when they were kids. And when he flies, what do you see behind him? Little sparkly bits, right? So, flash. This is some crazy, this is called polar something flash, and it's the sparkliest, craziest stuff you ever saw in your life. Lights up in the water, and hey, what fly shouldn't have lots and lots and lots of flash? I mean, these fish like flash. We don't want to scare them away, so we're going to put a big clump of flash on there in the back. Don't worry about all this stuff I got in the front. There we go. Big bunch of flash. And, you just cut that off and, throw that out, because obviously it's not going to, no sense hanging on to that. It's not going to do any more flies. Actually, you know what? Heck, we got it. Let's use it. We'll put that on there. More flash. Can't be a bad thing, right? Put that on there. Fold that back like that. Okay, now we got the Rudolph flying power. Look at that sparkle. And see how we got the ends are all uneven? That looks natural. You want to make sure you don't want to square up your ends, because you wouldn't want your fly to look unnatural, all that flash. If you cut the ends square on it, the fish, they're going to know. So, next thing we want to do, so Rudolph, he's been working for Santa a long time. He's getting to be a bit of a pudgy little guy. So we're going to give a bit of an underbody, give him a bit of a belly. And we're going to use some lead wire for that, because again, if you're not dragging on the bottom, hooking up on rocks every cast, then you're not getting low enough. That's what fishing's about. Fishing's about dredging the bottom for fish. And sure, you're gonna lose some flies down there. So just build up some layers like this. Don't worry how it looks. This is all gonna get covered up. So make a pudgy little belly, and leave some room at the tip there. Of course, we're gonna put some eyes and different things like that on. Put some more lead on there. Get that fly down there. So there we got a nice little belly. We're just gonna run some thread over that. Try and secure that down like it's going anywhere, right? If you want, you could put like some glue on there. Like if you're really fancy, you can use that Zap-A-Gap stuff they sell, or you could just use some plain old white glue even. Like that'll fill up all the cracks and stuff. Like that makes a lot more sense to me. I don't know why guys use this fancy Zap-A-Gap stuff they sell. Really, it's just crazy glue. Anyways, okay, body. What is this called? This is called Pearl Chenille, and this is in a root beer. It's kind of like a brown color, right? Brown for Rudolph's body, and of course, more flash. Got to have more flash. So, and we don't want a big lump here where we tie it in this in. So we're gonna pull the bits off and leave the core, because we don't want to have a lumpy looking fly. So we'll do that. Bring your thread forward. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we're going to tie in our eyes. Obviously, Rudolph needs to have some eyes here, right? So these are dumbbell eyes. I'm hoping they're large, because like seriously, if you're going to put eyes on something, what's the point of putting on small? Like, you want some lead on there, get that extra weight, and you want the fish to see these things, right? Like that's why you're putting these on there. You're putting them on for the benefit of the fish. Like, we're trying to match a natural thing here. Like, you've heard that match the hatch and all that, right? Well, this time of the year, who's out there? Like, Rudolph's out there, so we want to fool the fish, right? Okay, just get that flash out of there. Next, so let's just make our body forward here. Oh, we forgot something. Forgot the legs. Man, that's the problem when you do this. You get all excited and you forget. Okay, so legs. Obviously, Rudolph's got legs, so we're going to use these rubber legs. Lots of movement in the water, and these are variegated rubber legs, barred rubber legs. So you can see they got the bars on there. So what's going to happen with these suckers? Man, when you put these in the water, they're going to move so fast, the fish will totally be fooled that it's Rudolph. Like, his little legs just zipping along there, right? Okay, so one set just in front of the dumbbell eyes. So I'm just going to hang that down. And again, like, don't worry so much about wasting materials and all that silly stuff, right? So we'll just put them on however they fit, and then we'll trim off the excess, because that's the easiest way to go, and that's what you want. You want to tie these flies fast and easy. You don't want to worry about like saving materials and stuff. Like, yeah, sure, we could get another fly out of those if we tied it different, but that's not what we're going for. We're going fast, right? Okay. So one set in the front. Obviously, he needs a set in the back. And we're using 2 on each side, and I know that makes him like an 8-legged reindeer, right? But I mean, we want to give that impression of movement, so we'll kind of let it go on this one, that we're using too many legs. I don't think when they're moving that fast around, the fish aren't going to notice. They're totally not going to see that it's like 8 legs. What are they going to do? They're going to come up and they're going to count them as they go. Okay, so, and like I said, these are a little uneven looking. Don't worry about it. We're going to cut them to length afterwards. Okay, so there we go. There's our legs. Wrap your thread back up. Hopefully we can wrap the chenille with the legs in there. I don't see that being a problem. We're experienced fly tyers, right? But you could put those on first if you really wanted to. But this just makes it more fun. Okay, so I'm going to pull these eyes back, or legs back. And again, we'll cut off the piece of this chenille. Just cut off a big, huge, long piece. You don't want to run out, right? So we'll cut a big, long piece. Wrap that forward, come around your legs, just kind of flip them out of the way there, hang them down, right? Okay, wrap it in and start getting it nice and thick. Man, those legs are sure a pain. I should have done that second. Alright, see now where that led? We're getting that nice, thick, chubby body. That's what we want. Rudolph's, you know, he's out of shape. He hasn't started his trip around the world yet. Okay, there we go. Come up front here. And we're going to tie that off. Now, what else are we missing on here? Oh yeah, right. Antlers. Okay, so antlers. So I thought about what we could use for antlers, and we want some movement and stuff. We don't want to look too gaudy. So anyways, I thought maybe we could use pheasant tail, knotted pheasant tail. I don't know if you've ever seen this or not. They use these for like legs on little trout flies and stuff like that. Knotted pheasant tail. So, you know, you can buy them on the feather, pre-knotted, or you can buy like a feather like this. But if you buy them like pre-knotted, they charge you like an extra, like 25, 30 cents for a feather that's pre-knotted. I mean, they gotta pay kids in China to do that, right? So I thought, like, we'll save some money and we'll just get the feather and we can knot them up ourselves. So I got one there just to show you. Right, like a friend tied that for me to show me how it's done, because I didn't know how it works. But so I can't think it's that hard to do, so we'll tie some of those up. Okay, so these like pheasant tail leg things, right? Like a friend said, holy smokes, these are tiny. I don't know how they do this. Okay, so I got this little bodkin thing. I'll try. We'll split them like that, and then we'll just break a pair off. Okay, now we gotta like tie a knot in them, right? Okay, how do you put that piece through? Okay, well, I broke those ones, but that's fine. There's lots on here. I'll just get another set. Oh, kind of broke the tip off that one. Alright, so I'll just get another set here. I mean, can't be that hard, right? And we're saving some money. Oh, that one's broke too. Okay, so yeah, the pheasant tail thing didn't work. So I got this. It's a little, yeah, I know it's a moose, it's not a reindeer, but you know, like I got this out of my daughter's stuff. I don't think she'll miss it.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
But it's nice and light, and it's kind of flexible, and it sort of looks like antlers. And anyways, we're just gonna come in here with the scissors, and we'll cut that right off the top. See that? Look at that. Like, man, that's going to be trophy right there. Okay, so just bring your thread back here again, and we'll just figure eight that antler on. Do a really good job. And you can kind of leave, like, the rubber part looks kind of cool on the top there, right? So we'll just put that on like that, just a few wraps. Make sure it's good and secure. Oh man, Now that's looking good. Like seriously, who wouldn't be fooled by that, right? That's look at that. That's awesome. Okay, so last thing we need, obviously, Rudolph. What does he need? Nose. Now, you might be tempted to use some red, for the nose. But, let's be serious here. Like, what good fish and fly doesn't benefit from a little bit of hot pink? So, we're going to substitute some hot pink for the red. So, I'll just clip that there. Again, nice long piece. You want to have something to hang on to. You don't want to run out of room. Okay? And we're just going to build up a nice... this is like a focus point, so don't worry about this being too small. You want a decent sized nose on there. There we go. Okay. Now the last thing we want to do is confuse the fish by having brown thread at the end when we got a pink nose. Like, that's just gonna look weird. They'll figure that out. They'll know it's fake then, right? So quickly whip finish our brown off, and we'll switch up threads to a pink. Another bobbin here. There we go. Okay, so we'll switch up our thread to a pink. And we'll just build up a little bit of a head there, cover up all that brown. And whip finish that off. Okay, there we go. All we got to do now is we'll trim our legs to length. I think kind of there. Looks like good proportion to the body, eh? A little longer on the back ones maybe. There we go. And there we got our flying Rudolph fly with all our flash at the back. Nice long tail. Really important. And, try that out. I think you'll be amazed. This time of the year, there's not much for insect hatches coming off out there at -5. But, Rudolph, he's out there. So give that a shot. See how it goes for you. And, of course, have a Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah and Happy Holiday Seasons to everybody.
Well, folks, as for the rest of the story,
he went down in history.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows.